Hello everyone, this is Jeff with Gamestork, and man, we've got a ton of great news today for the Nintendo Switch. Before we dig in, I would like to let you know that if you enjoy this content, please drop a like on this video. Also, consider subscribing to this channel for news, reviews, and playthroughs delivered to you like a newborn baby. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. So to start things out, we have to begin with the lifelong, age-old question, right? Would you prefer the bad news or the good news first? Well, in this news, I suppose we'll get the bad out of the way and then speak a lot about the good. Some of the bad news in the beginning is the fact that Hearthstone is not going to come to the Nintendo Switch. In a recent interview with Power Up Gaming, Dean Ayala was asked about this, and he literally just straight out said there are no plans to move Hearthstone to the Nintendo Switch. So for all of us who were looking to jump in and try this game out once it came to the Nintendo console, it looks like it's not going to be so easy to play. It looks like this isn't going to make its way over. Doesn't mean in the future they can't change their mind, but as of right now, this rumor, which it was a rumor just recently, that this would be coming, looks like it's wrong. Very false. On top of that, another bad news, a game that I've been wanting to see come over to the Nintendo Switch, as I see it's a perfect fit. As a matter of fact, I've even sent emails just pretty much begging for this, is A Hat in Time. A Hat in Time is officially not coming to the Nintendo Switch, and this was pretty much verified there by their Twitter page. And it's sad, it really is, because this game is good, it's very colorful, and it's a N64-esque kind of platforming exploration game that's a lot of fun. It's one that I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch. Sadly, we won't see it on the Nintendo Switch, but, you know, again, in the future, it doesn't mean they won't change their minds and make a port, because at this point, if you're not porting your games over, no offense to anyone here, but you're really just saying I don't want any money, because all of these games are selling so well on the Nintendo Switch, including things like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which just reported that they actually sold more copies in Japan for the Nintendo Switch than they did for the PS4. So we know that it's selling good. These games are really successful on the Switch. So the reason they're not bringing A Hat in Time over, I'm not really sure. I wish they would, but it looks like they're not. Speaking of the Nintendo Switch and things awesome, and how we love playing it, right? We're waiting on that Nintendo Switch Online, which is coming later this year. Now, I was very excited about this, as during the financial briefings that Tatsumi Kimishima really dug in and began talking about the fact that they really thought that they had great ideas to make the Nintendo Switch Online appealing. And they said specifically that the announcement will be worth the wait. My hope is the reason that they pushed this back is because they finally decided to integrate the chat on the console. This is something that they could, make it. Battery life is just, we'd be happy to invest in sources to improve battery life if we could chat on the console on the go, and that would be something that wouldn't even matter once you dock the console. But this, obviously, paying, what they plan on charging if it doesn't change by then, is much less than the PS4 and the Xbox, and being able to play SNES games and just old classic Nintendo games multiplayer online is attractive already. But I wonder what it is, that they say will be worth the wait. I wonder what it is that they're saying, because obviously there's just this foundational beginning that they need to make this functional and competitive with the other systems. Now, as of right now, if you're looking to play some big, massive online game, or if you're looking to get Call of Duty online, you're probably not going to play it on the Nintendo Switch. But it doesn't mean Nintendo Switch can't change this. It doesn't mean that they can't make this, as they say, worth the wait. Now, we'll have to wait and see, and I'm going to take the wait-and-see approach. I already plan on purchasing a year of this as soon as it launches, and that's cool. My hope is that the very foundation of this online infrastructure is solid enough to compete with that of the PS4 and the Xbox, and that would obviously take improving their friend system a little bit, enabling chat among friends on there as the PS4 has, sending messages, and also voice chat on the console. Now, this is what I'm really hoping for with Nintendo Switch Online. I know that it's going to improve as the years go, And also know that Nintendo has really never like nailed online, and it's something that I really hope they've learned from, especially with this cell phone app. Please do away with the app on the cell phone and just put it on the console, Nintendo. Pretty please. You know, Legend of Zelda is awesome, and it's taken over our life here for a while. Breath of the Wild was amazing, and now most of us, if you're like me, are really hoping for something like a Majora's Mask follow-up where they use the same assets and, you know, create a new game very quickly with quick turnover. But in the meantime, if you're into board games and card games, it looks like Uno is releasing a Legend of Zelda version of their game. This is really exciting, and it's one that, I don't know if you're like me, I love playing this stuff with my family, and having this, whether you're a collector or whatever, is a lot of fun. You know, whether it's Zelda Monopoly that just recently came out this past year, or Uno or whatever, it's always awesome to be able to see our favorite characters from The Legend of Zelda in different areas of things that we partake of, whether it be board games, Uno, you name it. So we've all heard the rumors that Bandai Namco is working on Metroid Prime 4, and these have been, you know, confirmed that they are in fact working on this game. Now, this game is specifically being developed by Bandai Namco Studios in Singapore, which we understand is the lead studio in the game, as in collaboration with Nintendo. Now, the studio houses some of the former LucasArts Singapore staff, which previously worked on, among other things, the ambitious canceled Star Wars 1313, which has me extremely excited about what Metroid Prime 4 could bring. Since this rumor, there's another rumor out, which that one was confirmed. I suppose it's not a rumor, but there's already another rumor that's saying that Bandai Namco's Japan studio is going to be working on this project, while the Singapore studio moves to focus on another Switch game, which they, at this point, is unannounced, and it's going to be some other big project. So if you think about this, the team that worked Star Wars 1313, working on a new game for the Nintendo Switch, if this is true, and they have been working on Metroid Prime 4, at least the main assets, and it was briefly announced with a logo at E3 2017, and that's all we have at this point. We know that, or we're hoping that this is another first person. It has to be, because that's the Prime gameplay. But in the world we live in, things change, and whatever it is, I really am excited about it. But when asked about who is behind the game, Nintendo declined to reply, except to say that Retro Studios, which created the other Metroid Prime trilogy, was not doing it. So this entire time we've been speculating, and for a while now we've had this rumor out there that Bandai Namco would be doing this game, and I'm actually really excited about this partnership, and I'm really excited about what this could mean for Metroid Prime. I think that they're going to do this justice. I believe honestly that they're going to do a very good job on this game, and I can't wait to see more. I expect this to be a late 2019 release, pending the fact that things like Animal Crossing and Pokemon make it out this year, which I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing will for the Nintendo Switch, and Pokemon is going to be one of those things that I think right now they're pushing for this year, and it'll be huge for the online release, Nintendo Switch Online. But I believe Metroid Prime 4 is definitely going to be a 2019, either third to fourth quarter release, but we will see more at E3, and hopefully some pretty awesome gameplay. I can't wait to dig back in to see this, and in the meantime, hopefully Nintendo will launch the trilogy of Metroid Prime in a collection form on the Nintendo Switch. So lastly today, we have some news, I suppose you'd say, on what we're all thinking when we finished Mario Odyssey, when we collected all the moons, and we're just really excited about maybe some type of interesting additions to this game through DLC. Now, a few Nintendo games have seen DLC over the past year: Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Fire Emblem Warriors. These are some that released, and some for the first time, like Zelda. Now, one game that has not got any yet is Super Mario Odyssey. And, you know, the game's getting a free update, which is the Hiding Balloons, the balloon game with Luigi. But actual paid DLC has not been announced. But the thing is, Nintendo is not against the idea. This is very interesting. When speaking to Game Informer this month, Super Mario Odyssey producer Yoshiaki Kazumi left the door open to DLC, and he said there's a lot of volume in Super Mario Odyssey. That was a big focus in development. Give the player tons to do. We pushed ourselves to create as much as we could. Can't announce anything specifically today, but of course if there was a really cool idea for us to do, then we would certainly be thinking about DLC. Now, as of right now, we do only have the free update that's coming. That's not DLC, although it's more content. But the way that this game was created, I mean, they could literally just add world after world after world and just give us tons more to do in tons of different ways and different areas. And I would love to see other cities and big things like New Donk City that was in there, as I really enjoyed that game. Here's hoping that Super Mario Odyssey at some point in time does see some downloadable content. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Be sure to like this video. Also subscribe below for all things of all these stories, all updates for rumors on the Nintendo Switch, upcoming games, E3, and everything. And come right here. Hit the bell below as well so that you know first. Also, I encourage you guys to head on over. I just made a Facebook group that we can chat in, and in a couple weeks I'm going to begin doing features. We'll just do kind of off-the-wall topics, and I'll pick comments out of that group. And this is facebook.com/groups/Gamestork. Just head on over. I'll put the link in the description below, and join up in that group so we can chat together. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.